Start recording, stop recording button.
Hello there, and welcome to the Target World podcast, episode 2 of season 12 of Doctor Who, Skyfall Part 2. Well, what a great episode, a nearly perfect episode. We have action from start to finish. We find out that Jodie's doctor has gone to sort of brain thing, so it's very interesting, sort of a cellular thing which is controlling the new villains. And then we find Ada Lovelace in the same area, and she's able to transfer herself to France. We have like great stuff in France. As I said, this episode is nearly perfect. I'm scoring it about a 9.8. Just for the fact there's one bit what put me off it, and that was the whole, as much as I like Bradley Walsh, the whole stupid thing with do with laser shoes, was I didn't find that funny later in the episode. So anyway, the Doctor ends up in France. He meets Ada Lovelace and Babbage, which is a fantastic bit of historical information for younger people if they didn't know that, and fantastic female characters, which are really great. And then we have the bit in France, and she gets transported to France. I mean, before that, we're with the Babbages and Ada, and she again gets transported to France, which is a really great bit to do with the Nazis. See the Master looking fantastic. Sassy White is absolutely excellent at Menace. And then we move back to a bit of traditional classic Who by her doing the mind trick with contacts in, and then we end up on the Eiffel Tower, which is a really beautifully shot bit of the episode. It looks great, the whole episode does. It's just a shame, unfortunately, I thought the bits with the fans, with Yaz and Ryan and Graham were not that great, to be honest. I liked the bit on the plane, that bit was quite fun, but otherwise they were a bit, why are they there? It would have been much better if they hadn't been there, I thought, the episode. Lenny Henry was great again as this sort of villain who's trying to turn everybody into the new race because of all their smart technology. And I think it's a nice nod to how technology has taken over our world, basically. As he says, I know from a bit of plastic and games you gave for free, I know exactly what you do, what you live, everything. And I think that's quite an interesting outlook. And I don't know if it was the whole thing where we had this sort of thing that might have been a Cyberman, but it wasn't, and it wasn't the Silver Turk from Big Finish's idea they did a few years back with Mary Shelley and Paul McGann's Doctor, if it really worked, that whole bit. But otherwise, I thought when we get to the end and we go back to Gallifrey and we get the great speech off Jodie about who she is when they finally find out everything, I think that was really good. So if you took out the bits I wasn't very keen on, this episode is pretty damn perfect, to be honest. It's a 9.8. It's sort of trying to get to a 10, but doesn't quite make it because of the whole middle bit. But otherwise, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great episode. I thought Sassy White is fantastic as the new Master. A really good episode. I think next week's episode is going to be basically based on the Leisure Hive or Delta and the Bannerman, what I've seen of the bits. And it does have Jake Buckley in from the In-Betweeners, so it might be a fun sort of romp thing. But we will see when I do the next video. And of course, new podcast on Skyfall 2 coming as well this week. So enjoy and keep subscribing to the video channel.